What's up? What's up? We're just chilling today. What is up? Shit to this stream. What's wrong with this second thing? What the fuck is going on here? Fucking stupid piece of shit. How am I doing this right now? God damn. That was fucking annoying. Eric Jet. I was trying to fucking send it to you. 5 minutes and still nobody's on this bitch. I'll have to end stream and go on later because this is dumb. Five minutes with nobody in this bitch. Fuck that. What's up, fuck faces? What's up? That fuck face was directed towards one person. Eric, if you're watching, fuck you. What's up, guys? How's everybody doing today? We're just chilling. Finally got a day off, so I'm just kind of kicking it and fucking not doing nothing. Figured I'd come on live and see what's up, see what everybody's doing. We're sitting in a room called the Zen Room. Fucking simmer down out there. You're fucking cussing and shit, you fucking tard. Sorry, I'm listening to something going out in the hallway. This chick named Jezebel's a loudmouth. Thinks she's special. Uh-oh. Already got a bad comment. You're dumb. Up, chilling, waiting on Jezebel at Walmart. Jezebel's in the hallway here. What do you mean? Are you waiting for her to go to Walmart? Is that what you mean? Are you saying you're going to Walmart? I'm sitting in the Zen room. Chilling, figured I'd go live and say what's up to everybody. I did like a fucking hour and a half live yesterday talking about my story and shit. Jezebel's down here in this fucking side of the fucking building though, being a loudmouth. But I could still hear her down the hallway. She's literally just fucking. You put Jezebel. Jezebel, I think. You fucking bag. How's the day going for everybody? I'm just fucking chilling. I don't think I'll be on live long. I'm just kind of fucking figured I'd go live for a minute and say what's up. Yeah, I'm cool. I'm just chilling. I'm sitting in this room called the Zen room. That's why you can hear the music in the background. You can hear that calming music. So the reason I'm sitting in here is because it's kind of it's quiet in here for the most part, and I figure I'd go live. I'm only gonna be live for probably like 30 minutes today though, because I want to just chill out today and fucking relax. What's up, Leanne? How are you? Busy? I said hi. Sorry, I'm listening to people out the way that are being loud as fuck. Scarecrow, what's up? Coke blower? Let me just. Who the fuck is this? Who the fuck is Scarecrow? I know, this place looks weird. But it's actually not. It's not a hospital. Hold on. I'll show you real quick. It's got like beanbag chairs and shit. It's just a room that you can go and chill in. It's fucking quiet and you don't gotta deal with other people. Scarecrow, do I know who the hell you are? Do I know you? Messway? Maceway? What's up? How's everybody doing? I'm just chilling out, fucking chilling in this boring ass room. I figure I go live because it's too cold to go out. Cold as balls outside. I tried to go for a ride earlier and I came back and my hands were fucking beet red. It sucked ass. That's what I do most of the time. Is I go out and fucking ride, and then today it was way too cold, so I'm like, fuck that. Not worth it. I'll probably go out tomorrow or something. Go film some shit. Just the guy who was on Friday. You were on my live on Friday? Fair enough. I have people. Sometimes I think tattoos have lost all meaning. You're what I visualize in my head when I say that. Twink with a face tat. First of all, your name is Junkhead, so you're obviously a piece of shit, anyways. But second of all, this tattoo means more than any tattoo your dumbass has. This tattoo is my grandma's name, and she died when I was 13. Okay, yeah. I think I remember you being on there. I have a lot of people that come on and just kind of hang out and fucking. It's kind of surprising. Then I have trash people like Junk, who's just a douchebag. Junk, if you got something to say, come do it, bro. I live in Boise, Idaho. We can handle it anytime. I'm not wearing the same clothes. I'm wearing the same hoodie, you dumb fuck. Not you. Not you. I didn't realize what you just said. I'm just wearing the same hoodie. It's actually a brand new hoodie, so that's why I'm wearing it. Sorry, you're not the one I was getting pissed off. It's that idiot Junk. He's talking shit because he thinks he's cool. I work security, you dumb shits. Yeah, I wasn't talking to you, Scarecrow. That's my bad. I was talking about these dumbass spammers that have no life and they don't even have jobs. They sit around and fucking talk shit online instead of actually doing something with their life. And then they talk shit on people they know nothing about. Yes, I work security, dipshit. And it pays actually very well. Not that it's any of your business what I do for a living. Which one? Which guy are you talking about? Andres? You're dumb. Oh yeah, Junkhead's... Yeah. Junkhead's just a loser who has nothing better to do with his life. I said it because you idiots think that just having a face tattoo means you can't get a job. That don't mean shit. Having a face tattoo doesn't stop you from getting jobs. It's about your work ethic. Anyways, that's not even what this channel is about. This channel is about recovery. We talk about addiction. We talk about depression. We talk about suicide. Basically, this channel is a place to come to when you actually need someone to talk to, when you're going through something. Whether you struggle with drug addiction. I was born with a disability. I lost a leg when I was 18 years old, or when I was 18. 8 years ago is what I meant to say. And I still have more work ethic than 90% of the fucking people out here. And that's with having lost a leg and having a disability. And I still work my ass off. Yeah, it's a whole thing. I lost my leg. Like I said, the being born with a disability was the harder part. Losing the leg, I mean, it sucked, but it was something that I needed for reality to check me. I also went through, I went through years of being a drug addict. I can feel you, bro. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. I appreciate you being appreciating it. If anybody wants to hear my story, I can tell my story from me being born with a disability to the drug addiction to everything that I've been through. If you guys want to hear it, I'll tell you. Hey man, I'm struggling. Nice to meet you. I'm from New Zealand. What are you struggling with? Because, like I said, we talk about addiction on here. We talk about depression. We talk about suicide. We talk about um, having people die from overdoses, having people die from suicide. I've had people die every year since the year I was born. I was born with a disability called spina bifida, so I walk different than everybody else, which is ultimately trauma and depression. I understand that. I have a lot of trauma in my life, so I understand that. Being born with a disability, I was automatically set into trauma because nobody liked me. People wanted to fucking make fun of me and bully me when I was growing up. So I have a lot of trauma, so I can understand where you come from. One thing I'll say is, you gotta learn to take it one day at a time, whether it be through drug addiction, whether it be through your depression. If you can get through it one day at a time, bro, you'll be all right, and I promise you that. PDST, don't know. Did you mean PTSD? Bro, how do you get involved in drugs? How did I get involved in drugs? Um, I'll just. Do you have an email I can message you? So I have a Discord down in my bio. If you join my Discord, you can always reach out to me and talk to me through my Discord. I also have, I have Facebook. You can message me. With my name is Scottie Cully. You can message me anytime, and I'm willing to talk to you. I have Instagram. It's Scottie Cully again. Um, my email, you can email me. It's Scottie Cully, which is SCOTTIE 332 at gmail.com. And you can email me, you can message me on Discord, you can message me on Facebook, you can message me on literally anything you want and get a hold of me. Yeah, you can message me. Go ahead and message me on Facebook. My name is Scottie Cully. It's spelled SCOTTIECULLEY. Yeah, Messenger. You can message me anytime you want. And that goes for anybody that's on here. If anybody that needs some help or just needs somebody to talk to or just somebody to listen to, you guys can get a hold of me anytime on any of those platforms, and I have no problem talking to you guys. Like I said, I have Discord too. That's down in my bio. You can do that. But I've been through, like I said, I've been through being born with I was born with a disability. I was bullied growing up. I was very suicidal growing up. Um, I also went through pill addiction that eventually led into meth addiction. Um, so I mean, I've been through a lot of different things. I've been through going to rehab. I've been through being cheated on, being lied to, um, selling drugs, doing a lot of drugs. Um, yes, That's exactly it, Scottie Cully. And I have a few profiles, but there's a couple of them that have me flipping off the camera. If it's just add those ones, and will get back to you. Sorry, Scottie, I'm here but talking with my sister. I appreciate you, Scottie. You're fine, Leanne. I understand. You talking to your sister is more important than you watching me, to be honest. Um, but I'll go ahead and just tell you guys my story from the beginning, just so you guys understand where I come from. My name is Scottie Cully. I was born in a small town called Baker City, Oregon. Um, I was born with a disability called spina bifida, where my legs were messed up when I was born. My spine was messed up when I was born. I had to have this thing called the shunt put in the back of my head. Uh, so I grew up with leg braces on my legs and having to walk different and be different than everybody else. I had people that didn't like me because I walked different. I only had maybe 3 or 4 friends growing up. Really wasn't a popular person. Didn't really have anybody that liked me. Girls didn't like me because I walked differently than them. Um, you spelled my name right. No. Sorry. You put it. It's so my last name is Culley, not ER. Yeah, you spelled my name wrong. It's Culley on the end, not ER. And I should be pretty easy to find. But it's Culley. Love from Tennessee. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. I'm glad you came in. I was just actually getting ready to do. Yes, that's how you spell it. Yep, you spelled it right that time. I got my Discord going again. Scottie, link is in a post on my channel. Okay, I've already. Did you restart your Discord? Did you have to do a new Discord? Um. Okay, but for people that don't know who I am, my name is Scottie Cully. I was born in a small town called Baker City, Oregon. I was born with a disability where I walked different. My legs were messed up when I was born. My back was messed up when I was born. Um, so I grew up being bullied, um, being tripped, bullied, fucking called names. Um, didn't have very many friends. It, Hi Chad, thanks for popping in. Scottie is a great man. Thank you very much. Um, so I was a very unhappy kid because I was bullied and messed with, and the only friends I really had, um, they were the outcast. Where you are pointing the finger, yeah. I have a couple of them that I'm flipping off the camera. Yeah, there's a couple of different accounts where I'm flipping the camera off. Just add both of them, and then yeah, I'll get back to you as soon as I'm done here. Um, so I grew up being bullied and not liked and treated a certain type of way. So I became a loner and I hung out with like two people, and they were also the outcasts in my school. Um, so I became a very angry kid growing up. There was time I lost my grandma when I was 13. That's why I have this tattoo across my face. Um, yeah. Um, anyways, um, when I got to I ended up meeting some friends that were different kinds of friends. They became like they taught me how to fight. They taught me how to stand up for myself. They taught me how to be different. But they also taught me about drugs. They taught me about getting high on fucking pills and doing the most that I can to fucking fuck my life up. Um, they would always show up with pills and alcohol and fucking weed and all these different things. So when I hit middle school, I became a drug addict. Um, Mostly to escape the physical pain, but also to escape the mental pain of people fucking with me and treating me some type of way because I walk different. Um, and I did pills all the way up to 21 years old. Uh, and then when I turned 21, I started smoking meth. And I appreciate you, Leanne. I hope you have a great day. Um, so when I turned 21, I found meth for the first time. On my 21st birthday, I found my brother smoking meth, and I decided I was going to try it. And so I went downstairs and I was smoking with my other roommate, smoking meth with my roommate. And I, I instantly got hooked on meth. I loved meth. It was one of those things that made me feel nothing. It made me feel like I was like nobody could fuck with me. And um, the problem is, I started becoming a criminal. I started becoming like I'd steal people's bikes. I'd steal people's fucking weapons. I'd steal people's fucking anything I could. Um, and then I started going to jail. Started fucking my life up even worse. So I went to. I ended up getting a rock, and it turned into an infection in my foot. Um, so I had this rock in my foot for about a year, and this was when I was, I think, 24 or 26 when um, so 25 is when I got the rock in my foot, which caused a really big hole, which bored all the way to the bone in my foot. Um, and I wasn't taking care of myself. I was doing drugs, so I ended up. I love you too, Jake. Thank you very much for coming in. I lost, so I lost. I got a choice. I was doing antibiotics to try to save the leg that got infected. Um, and they did antibiotics for about 6 weeks, and it didn't work. They ended up telling me that I got a septic infection, and that I had to make a choice of either I'm gonna lose my life, or I was gonna lose my leg. So I kind of just let it, because I figured um, it was lose my life, and I wasn't ready to die. Um, and then about a few months later, I ended up getting another infection, but on the other side, and I didn't lose my other leg. An infection that I thought was the end of it. I thought I was gonna die, um, but I didn't, which got me sober for about 5 years. I stayed sober for about 5 years after that, and then I was working at this place called the Oregon Trail that I worked at for about 5 years, and my boss had hired this dude that was a meth addict and was a seller of dope. And sorry guys, I keep yawning. But he was a meth dealer, and so me and this dude actually started talking, chopping it up, and he tells me that he's got dope and asked me if I wanted to do some. And at that time, I had been 5 years sober, and in my head, I had this idea that I could just do meth one more time and get away with it. Um, but it became the worst decision I could have made, because at that time I started losing everything I loved. And I had done dope after that. I did. Uh, sorry, guys. I ended up doing meth for about 4 months after that. Like, kept doing it for about 4 months. And then I ended up almost. Uh, I felt. I ended up losing everything had worked for that 5 years. Because I got an apartment, I got a house at that one point. Lost all that. The motel that I worked at, the restaurant. Like, there's a restaurant and motel connected. Um, and I ended up, um, I wasn't taking care of myself. I was high as fuck again. Um, and I ended up giving up my dog because I wasn't able to take care of her the way she deserved, because I was fucking high on dope. And then I ended up getting told by my boss they had to kick me out of my motel because I was so high on drugs that they didn't want me there. So I lost my job. I lost my place to live. I kind of lost my will to live. I stopped giving a fuck on whether I lived or died. And then I was living in the park in a tent, and oh, oh, I was getting high all the time. I was constantly getting high, and I was about 120 pounds. Um, and I ended up hitting this one point. I don't know if I would say greed got me. Just smoking meth is what got me. Um, Thinking I was okay to do drugs again is what got me. Believing that I could do it one more time is what got me. Um, because I've never been a greedy person in any way, so I wouldn't call it greed. I would just call it selfishness. Selfishness is what got me. Thinking that I could do meth one more time and believing that I was going to be able to handle it and keep going and actually making a difference, and thinking that, oh yeah, I could handle this, um, which became the biggest mistake of my life. Um, and that's one thing I will always say. Like, one part of me believes that me losing my leg was karma. Anyway, sorry, you distracted me from what I was saying. Um, Anyways, after I lost the leg and ended up relapsing, I lost everything, and then I was living in the park, 120 pounds, um, not being able to shower, not being able to fucking take care of myself, having to take sink showers at the park, in the bathrooms in the park. Um, my mom was bringing me food. I was fucking sick, dying. I told my parents that I'd finally hit a point where I hit rock bottom. And um, there was this day where I was living in the park with in my tent, and the people that work at the park threw turned the sprinklers on. And can you stop messaging for a minute, please? Because I'm trying to talk. Um, anyways, um, I ended up getting my fucking what? You can't donate money to me because I don't do donations. Um, fuck you guys keep distracting me. I hit a point where I was living in the park. They turned the sprinklers on, so my everything I owned got wet. Um, so I ended up getting back to where I was just done with life. I had given up on life, and I ended up talking to my dad's boss, and my dad's boss asked me if there's anything that I wanted to, anything he could help me with. And I said, well, the only thing I want to do is talk to my dad one more time. Um, anyways, what? Um, fucking goddamn it. Anyways, I had decided I was gonna go to rehab. So I tried to get in rehab in my hometown. They weren't willing to help me. They said that I would have to go somewhere else, which I didn't know how to get into rehab anywhere else because I had only been to rehab one time before this. Um, so in my mind, the only way I was going to be able to get into rehab was if I went and got high. And so I went and got an A-ball of dope, and I was walking down the pathway, and I, um, out of some weird miracle, I got a message from the people that ran the outpatient program in my hometown, and they had told me, "Hey, we got a place for you to go in Ontario, Oregon." So I turned myself into rehab in Ontario, Oregon, and I graduated and did everything I was supposed to do and was doing good. I They moved me into a sober home right next door. I mean, I wasn't have to pay rent. I wasn't have to do nothing, but I was having to go to classes. Well, sorry guys. There was a couple days where I wasn't able to get to classes because I can't walk all the way across town because I have one leg and I have a disability. So, they kicked me out of the sober home, and then they dropped me off here in Boise, Idaho, in a homeless shelter called ROL. Um, Worst place I could have been. The place sucked. It was a terrible place. There were not good people there. They let pedophiles stay there. They let all kinds of people there stay there. I ended up getting kicked out of that homeless shelter because I had a vape on me. So they kicked me out. I ended up in this place called Interface Sanctuary, and um, I I stayed sober for 2 years. I've been sober for 2.5 years now. Haven't touched dope at all since for 2.5 years. Um, so now I'm doing my best to just stay sober and help other people. That's all. That's in all reality. That's my channel. That's all it's about is helping other people. All I want to do is be able to make a difference in people's life. Oh, not your greed, you somewhat victim in this. The greed is the people pushing it. To be honest, bro, I don't want you to look at me as a victim because honestly, what I did to myself, or what I did was I did it to myself. You know what I mean? I don't blame any my choice to do drugs. Um, yes, I was trying to do drugs to get myself to not have to feel pain and not to feel so fucked up in life. But at the end of the day, it was me that did what I did to myself. Um, no, it was nobody else's fault that I got high. It's nobody else's fault that I continued to get high. Um, my brother tried to stop me from getting high many times, and it just didn't work because I was going to do what I wanted to do. And that's one thing. Me and my brother have were in drug addiction for a very long time. Uh, but me and my brother are both now sober. I've been sober about 2 years, and I think he's sober over a year now. Um, which makes me like it gives me hope in this world that everything's gonna be all right as long as I fucking keep working and keep pushing. And that's the thing for all you guys. You know, you gotta realize everything's gonna be all right. Like you're gonna get somewhere if you just keep pushing. If you keep working one day at a time and doing what you got to do one day at a time. Would you like to come to grow in mental health support on Zoom? No. I actually do mental health classes. I also do drug and alcohol classes. I appreciate the offer, but no, I'm not really that guy. What are you laughing about? Angel Reese? Regis? I appreciate the offer, though. What are you laughing about? Exactly, sir. Regis? But no, my drug addiction was my fault. My bad decisions was my fault. Um, and the only one that could have changed my life was me. And many people tried to save me. I had even drug addicts telling me that I was out of control because I was so fucked up on drugs. Um, I had girls that I talked to when I was in drug addiction that would tell me that I was out of control and that they wanted me to go get help because if I didn't, I was gonna die. Um, I had homeboys that were like, bro, you gotta stop. Like, you are way too out of control with this shit. So, are you saying just concentrate on one day, not 3 days ahead of time? Yeah, don't. See, the problem with. So, if you worry about the few days before that, so that's called future tripping. Um, it's you're worrying so much about your past that you're not worrying about right now. You gotta learn to worry about right now because that's the only thing you can control. You can't control what's gonna happen in 3 days. You can't control what's gonna happen in a week. You can't control what happened in your past. You remember your first kiss? Yeah, I do. That was a long, long time ago. Um, but at the end of the day, like the only thing you can control is right here and right now. You cannot control what's gonna happen in 3 days. Crazy shit might happen in 3 days, and you don't know. Hot? Hout? What are you saying? Huh? But no, like it's one of those things that I've learned. You got to be appreciative. You got to learn how to be grateful. Like one thing I'll tell you that'll help you throughout your day. When you first wake up in the morning, write 5 things that you're grateful for. Write 5 things that are good about yourself. Because one thing you got to learn about depression and anxiety and drug addiction, you got to learn to love yourself in order to get better. Do I do I think about those days? No. I think about today. Today is Sunday. Today's the day I'm gonna worry about because I only thing I have control about over is what I'm doing today. Um, no, I can't always. You can't always control the outcome of today, but you can. I'm scared to come off the boxing. Um, so one thing that's I understand in a certain way. It's Sunday. I'm late for work. All right, later, guys. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate you. Have a good day at work. Um, so one thing I'll tell you about Suboxone, if you're gonna come off Suboxone, do it slowly. Wean yourself off. That way you're not sick altogether. You know what I mean? If you just stop doing Suboxone altogether, you're gonna get sick. Um, and it's not fun to get sick when you're trying to wean yourself off of things, but at the end of the day, it's better to slowly wean yourself off of something instead of quitting just cold turkey. Because quitting cold turkey, especially on things like Suboxone, because Suboxone is one of those drugs that it can really fuck you up. You can make it off Suboxone if this guy made it off Subcox. You're fucking stupid. I don't know why you people gotta come in here being disrespectful, but let's stop. Um, anyways, for anybody that actually takes this channel serious and that's not a piece of shit, um, I appreciate all you guys. And I'm always gonna be here for you. And I'm always gonna be here to help you if you need me. And I'm never gonna judge you. What's the most fuckable? Dude, why do you fucking weirdos gotta come on saying gross stuff? Sorry guys, give me a second. I have to keep blocking people because people keep coming on here saying this. Anyways, um, no, you gotta learn to be, before you can do anything in life, you gotta learn to love yourself. You gotta learn to respect, to be grateful for being alive. You gotta learn to be grateful for the things, even small things that you have in life. Because you gotta understand, like, you're lucky to have even what you have now. Because you could have nothing. You could be living on the street. You could be fighting for your life. You could be, be in the middle of gang shit that you don't want to be in the middle of, that'll fuck your life up for the rest of your life. You can be in the middle of fucking shooting up drugs. You could be laying in the gutter somewhere. But you're not. All you guys are here. You're alive. You're fucking good. Some of you might still be on drugs trying to get off, but that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. It's about, you got to learn how to get off the drugs in your own way. Being a drug addict, it's hard. It's hard to get sober. It's hard to learn how to fucking cope with life when you get off of drugs. But at the end of the day, like, I'm always going to be here for you guys no matter what. I'm going to be here to talk to you guys no matter what. You guys can always reach out to me. You guys can call me on Facebook. Why does everybody call me Eminem? I don't look like Eminem. Anyways, you got to learn to, like I said, when you start your day, the very first thing you should do is make your bed. The reason why I say that is because at the end of the day, when you make your bed, at the end of the day, when you come home to a made bed, even if you've had a shitty day and you come home to a made bed, it's going to make you feel at least a little better. I'm not saying it's going to be the cure all and make you the happiest person in the world because you just made your bed. What I'm saying is, make up for that tattoo? No. My tattoo means something, so don't say anything about my tattoo. Anyways, at the end of the day, you gotta start by loving yourself. You gotta learn to appreciate yourself. Be grateful for the fact that you're alive. Be grateful for the fact that no matter what it is you've been through, you're still here. Thanks for the views, but we're gonna get rid of you, bud. Whoa, why did that brighten up so bad? Jesus Christ. There we go. Thank you, I appreciate it. It says my grandma's name on it. She died when I was 13. I didn't smoke crack, I smoked meth. Show us how white I am. Why does it matter what skin color I am? What does my skin color have to do with anything? Dave? This is a genuine question. Like, why would you think that my skin color has to do with anything? So you're saying is whichever one of us finds the winning can get toward the Pringles factory. Yeah, you can message me later on if you want to. I'll message you and talk to you. That's not a problem. Or you could like, or we could do calls or whatever, bro. It's whatever. I'll message you when I'm done here. And then we can go ahead and we can talk about some stuff. Of course, bro. That's what I'm here for. Cheers to you too. Like I am here to help people and make a difference in people's lives and try to help you guys where I can and meet you guys where you're at. Because it's sometimes in life it's about making sure people are all right, checking on people, talking to people, um, showing people how the fuck I got out of drugs, showing people everything I've went through, and talking about what I've went through, and listening to you guys talk about what you've been through. Because sometimes in life you just want somebody to listen to you. Sometimes you just need somebody to listen, and I 100% understand that. Um, that's kind of, it's evening. Here it's actually, well, yeah, it's 1:44 here, so it's the evening here. How are you, Christopher? How are you? Yeah, my whole thing about talking to people. I mean, obviously, I'm here to help. I'm here to try to make a difference in your life. I'm here to try to save as many people I can from drug addiction and fucking losing body parts and fucking being. I understand being born with a disability. You can't save people from that, but I spend all my free time watching podcasts about being an alpha male. You, do you have any tips? Bro, you don't need to be an alpha to be anything. Check it out. Like, being an alpha male is about doing what you have to in life to make yourself a better man. That's all being an alpha male is. It's about doing what you got to do in life to make sure you have a good life and to make sure your family has a good life. And make sure the people around you have a good life. You know what I mean? That's all that fucking being a. Being an alpha male, to be honest, all you got to do to be an alpha male is be your fucking self. Stand on fucking 10 toes and fucking make sure people ain't fucking with you. Stand on 10 toes when somebody's disrespecting you. Stand on 10 toes when somebody's disrespecting your family. Stand on 10 toes when it comes to somebody disrespecting your morals and your fucking the way you live. Um, it's not about being better than any other man. It's not about being better than anybody. It's about being the best man you can be. That's what being an alpha male is. I have my employment consultant I'm seeing soon and looking for a job, so I'll message you and after that. That's cool. I'll be ready for your message, bro. Elton John, LL, isn't funny. Look like murdered King James of Scott's murdered heart. What the hell does that even mean? Oh, you're good. Okay, I was just making sure. But yeah, no, like anybody that wants to be, just because of that question, like, to be honest, you don't need to be an alpha male. You don't got to be better than everybody else. To be successful in life, you gotta learn to fucking love yourself, choose to be the best you can be, say fuck everybody else's opinion, because you gotta realize that anybody else's opinion about you is none of your business. Like, it doesn't matter what anybody else thinks of you, it's about what you think about yourself. Like, I myself do not care what anybody thinks about me. I care about what I think about myself. If I have a problem with myself, then that's the problem. Hello, damn it. I'm craving fish and chips. Meat, meat pie. Oh my. That's an interesting one. Christopher. Not sure what you're talking about, but do you ever see lion of elephant try to be alpha? No. Exactly. That's exactly what I'm saying. Like, you don't need to be an alpha male. Fuck being an alpha male. What is the point of that? Alpha males, all they are is people that are fucking. They think that they're better than everybody else. Like I said, you're a fucking. Be a king in your own aspect. Everybody in this world, every man can be a king, just like every woman can be a queen. Can you wish my sister a happy birthday? Her name is. Yeah, I'm not gonna say that. You're dumb. I'm assuming you gave probably like 12. That's why you came in here like that. But no, being like I said, being an alpha male is not that fucking important in your life. Like, stop worrying so much about being important or looking good to everybody else. And you're 20 and you're still making lame jokes like that? What do you mean it's sad? It's sad that you're that young? You're still a young dude, bro. You still have lots of life to live. Especially at 20 years old, bro. You gotta understand, like, anybody in here that's young, bro, y'all are young ass people, and you got a lot of life to give and a lot of love you can live. Not saying you are, just asking. What? Saying I am what? Hi, remember me? I'm from Russia. I came to America. We drank vodka together, and then no, I don't know who you are, and that wasn't me. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't drink, so it definitely wasn't me. I've never been a drinker. I did worse things than drinking. Sorry, I gotta dim that down. Does that look better, guys? Is it darker now? This fucking room is really bright, so I'm trying to like darken it down so you guys can actually see me. But no, I do not remember you. Jod, Jodag, Big Dog, Dog, Big Dog. What up? What's going on, bro? We were just talking about. Somebody asked me about being an alpha male, and I was just explaining to him that it wasn't. It's not important to be an alpha male. It's not important to prove yourself to anybody else. You don't got to prove yourself to anybody else. Private. Um, in life though, no. In all reality, bro, you never got to prove yourself to anybody. It's about proving yourself to yourself. Because the only person that you need to fucking make happy is you. You don't need to make anybody else happy. Fuck everybody else. My name's not Kevin. My name's Scottie. Oh, you're talking about Jet. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I thought you were calling me Kevin. I don't. John 3:16. Yeah, no offense, but I don't believe in God. Not trying to be. I'm not. I don't have any problem with God or anything, or don't anything. Don't pretend you don't know me. I don't know you. You're tripping. I don't know you. You're not somebody I know. You're fucking crazy. I don't drink, and I definitely wouldn't be drinking vodka if I did drink. So I don't know who you are. But anyways, no. At the end of the day, like I said, people that worry about fucking things and stress on things, like, you got to worry about making yourself happy, not anybody else. Um, if you're trying to improve yourself, then fucking improve yourself. But don't worry about. Diddy is your god? What the fuck? You didn't even call me because I don't know you, you psycho. Get out of my DM. I mean, get out of my fucking comments with that weird shit. But anyways, guys, I actually stayed on here a lot longer than I was supposed to, so I'm gonna fucking get off here now. Love you guys. I appreciate you guys, and I hope you all have a good day. Who is Steven? Hi, smoke it. Smoke what? I look tired? Oh, I've been. This is my first day off. I've been working security here, and freaking every time I'm supposed to get my day off, I get freaking stuck in security, anyways. So today was the first day I got to get off. So it kind of sucks. It's been a long couple days, long week. Smoke that Diddy? What the hell are you talking about? Yeah, I'm gonna get off here right now and go probably fucking lay down and chill for a while. I just wanted to do a live that way I didn't everybody see me. Diddy in the Devil's Reject. What time is it there? What time is it where I'm at? It's 1:54. I'm gonna wait for 2 more minutes just so I can hit 60 minutes. But yeah, I'm gonna probably take off here in just a second and go relax because I'm freaking tired. It's been a long day and long week of work. So I'm fucking tired as shit. Been working constantly. Haven't had no days off. Haven't even freaking gotten to go get my hair cut or nothing. I've just been working. But I told everybody I was not working today no matter what happened. I didn't care. I was just gonna fucking take the day off. I'm trying not to overdo it, but unfortunately we're short staffed here, so every time I freaking come around the corner and they need something, it always happens to be me that ends up with the short end of the stick. Or the short stick, however you read that. Yeah, I'll message you as soon as I probably here in a while. I got a couple things I'm gonna do, and then I will fucking get a hold of you. First things first is I'm gonna go lay down and take a nap and freaking try to reset my day. But I do love and appreciate every single one of you guys, and I hope you have a wonderful day. I will be back on live tomorrow. If not, if I don't go live again later on tonight, I might go on later on tonight, but I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna be busy too. Like I said, I'm probably gonna go take a nap and stuff. So, but I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. I hope you have a great day. Peace out.